welcome to our channel.
In today's video, we are going to be unboxing and reviewing Starlink internet for RVs.
And at the end of the video, we're going to let you know whether or not it's worth it, if you should possibly get it, and if it's worth adding to Elon Musk's fat bank account to get a Starlink.
So instructions for our Starlink is pretty simple. 3 simple instructions. You have your antenna, your modem, and then you have to download the Starlink app. Looks like this right here would be our antenna. Looks like it just slides into place. And then your cables are going to go to your modem. Just kind of cool because they flush with each other so that it'll lay flat even though the cables are in the bottom. And then next we just have to source it with power and download the app.
Need the Starlink to download the Starlink. Okay, so we're just running the cable through the door for the moment, do a little test run, see what kind of signal we get. All right, we got everything set up on the app. Now, let's hop on a computer, try to connect, run some speed tests, and see what we're working with. Alrighty, network, let's get off this stupid KOA. DNS Starlink. It is thinking. Wi-Fi is connected to DNS Starlink and has IP address of blah blah blah. Sweet. Well, that's not good. Let's try Chrome. This might take a minute of troubleshooting. Okay, so figured it out. At least I think I did. You have to log on to the Wi-Fi from your phone that you downloaded the app with instead of going straight to a computer. So this is booting. I guess the Starlink is kind of configuring itself, and we'll see what happens from there. Alright, so now we finally got her up and running. Let's run some speed test here.
85 is the download. 2.2 is the upload.
Drop down to 1.9. That's still pretty darn good, Especially those download speeds, 85 megabits per second. That's pretty fast. Alrighty, so up there on the roof is where we ended up placing the Starlink satellite. I got the cords just kind of hanging down the back. Got a massive wire mess back here, and I ended up just running the cord right through the window here. It's not too cold yet. We're not at a permanent spot, so it works for the moment. Here's where the wire comes inside the trailer from that window I was pointing at, and then it runs right back here to this corner where I got the router set up there. Hey! Hey! Really? As I was saying, router's right there, kind of in the corner, stuffed back behind the coffee pot, but it's worked great there so far, even though it's kind of shoved up in the corner. Had no problems getting reception basically in any part of the trailer so far. So that setup there was put in place after I initially got the internet hooked up and kind of running from the get-go, and I knew that it was going to work. So at this point we've been using it for about a week now.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Actually, for all the other internet services that we have tried, I would say this is definitely the best. It works great for streaming. There's not any buffering. Works great on our computers. Loads things really fast.
Yeah, I mean, basically no problems with it thus far. Like she said, we've streamed movies, had no problems with that. I've been on Zoom calls for work and whatnot. No problems with that at all. You know, every once in a while, you know, a page will load a little slower or whatever, a video will buffer, but that's any internet service, unless you have Google Fiber, and then you're just set. But that's not the case, especially when you're living in a travel trailer. So before we got the Starlink and got that all hooked up and running, we had just been relying on either the campsite's Wi-Fi for internet, which was usually horrible.
Very slow.
Yeah, if it worked at all. Some of the campsites we were at, like literally, you'd get one bar and could not load a single thing.
Then we decided to try a mobile hotspot. Our first one that we tried was through Verizon. We actually added that on to a phone plan. That one we never got signal on, so it hardly ever worked.
We had it for like 2 weeks, and I don't think we like ever were able to even load a website with it. Like, it was awful, so we ended up just returning that one. A couple weeks after that, we just went to Best Buy and grabbed a small little prepaid one that is run by Simple Mobile, which I believe is powered through the T-Mobile network. Mm-hmm. Downfall of that one is because it's prepaid, you're on a data cap, so we burnt through like 40 gigabytes of data in like a week. Yeah. And those 40 gigabytes of data was about $50, I believe.
Yeah.
So
it gets kind of pricey if you put that into perspective.
Yeah, that'd be $200 a month, you know, just for internet service. So we are keeping that one, and we're using it kind of just as a backup. You know, it's good to have. The other good option about having a mobile hotspot as a backup is the Starlink really needs clear skies to work because it runs off of the satellites. So if you're in maybe a heavy rainstorm or something of that nature, I don't think it's going to work very well. We haven't experienced that yet, but we're going to keep that mobile hotspot just to have 2 internet sources as a backup. So to wrap up this video,
Starlink is definitely worth it.
It does sadly come with a little bit of a hefty price tag. I believe we paid like $700 up front just for the equipment. The plan that we're on is I think like $130, $135 a month, something like that. But if you're full-time RVing, if you're traveling a lot and you need reliable, fast internet on the go,
it's the best option for you.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with the Starlink. So definitely recommend, if you've been on the fence about it, just give it a try. You probably won't regret it. Side note, actually, before we purchased the Starlink, after we kind of been on the search for a good mobile hotspot, we purchased a WeBoost
Wi-Fi extender
signal booster, which was almost the price of the Starlink. I think we paid,
it was close to $600.
Yeah, $600 after tax, something like that. Like, it was high dollar just for a signal booster, but we thought, well, you know, we needed a solution, so we got that, hooked it all up, and we got like maybe 1 extra bar of signal. That did nothing really to
help with our internet situation.
Yeah, it didn't really impact.
You still couldn't download pages. It was still pretty slow.
Yeah, it didn't really affect the speeds very much, so that was kind of a big disappointment. But on the flip side, I don't think we would have bought the Starlink if that had even like halfway worked. So I'm kind of personally glad that it didn't work out. We just ended up sending that back, getting the Starlink. So to actually wrap the video up now, don't forget,
like, comment, and subscribe.
And we will see all of y'all in the next video.